Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Getting Started with React series for hipstercode.com, and a few prerequisites that you're going to need in order to succeed in this course. You need to have Node.js installed on your machine. I'm going to be using Windows, but it doesn't matter if you're using something else. It shouldn't change too much from what we're doing. Most people do use Windows as an operating system even in 2016. So here's Node.js. If you install it, it includes a package manager which is called Npm. And Npm is used to install all kinds of different stuff on your machine. The next thing you need is you need to have a editor, a text editor where you're going to write your code and a place to store the code. So I'm going to put everything in this new music project. And it's just a folder inside my C drive. So if you can see here, I have a C projects and then new music. So I'm putting all my files here for the tutorial inside of this, this directory here. So we'll be good to go. The next thing is there's other tutorials available on Hipster Code. I'm adding more all the time, so if you want to check out more tutorials from me, just go to this website. Everything on here is going to be from me for the most part. So next thing is let's take a look at a few things. First of all, I wanted to explain that we're going to be using React, and the modern way to use React is now using Webpack as a module bundler. So it takes a bunch of different React modules and it puts them all into one file, making things easier to deal with. React uses something called JSX, which is similar to JavaScript. It's almost like a JavaScript XML HTML combo, but basically you write HTML in a JavaScript format. But all JSX does is it gets compiled down to raw JavaScript. The way to compile it down to raw JavaScript is to use Babel. And Babel also allows you to write in the latest standards of ECMAScript 2015. And what that is it's the modern version of JavaScript. So the modern version of JavaScript is not supported in all browsers, but Babel allows you to write it in a way that is futuristic, but then boils down to JavaScript that works in older browsers as well. The next thing you need is the editor. So Atom Editor is the editor that I use to write code. It's just free. You can download it to Windows, no big deal, and you'll be good to go there. So first things first, I want to go ahead and I have this directory open, which is the new music directory. You can see when I do a dir search on it that there's nothing in it, so it's empty. And what we're going to do is we're going to use npm, and we're going to say init. And what this does is it creates a JSON config file, and JSON is just a XML successor essentially to transmit data. It stands for JavaScript Object Notation, but you don't really need to know that. What we're going to do here is just press enter for all this stuff, and we're going to put my name as the author. You can put your own name if you want, and then we say yes. And what this does, it creates this package JSON folder, so when we start installing dependencies, those dependencies will go inside of the config. And the reason for that is we could take the entire directory with the package config and put it on somebody else's computer or some other server. And if we type npm install, npm is going to keep track of all the dependencies of that project, so it makes it much easier to transmit to other projects. So what we need to do is go ahead and start using npm to install all the dependencies that we need for this project to run. So we're going to say npm install save dev. So --save just --save. Don't even worry about dev. And now we're going to add a bunch of stuff here. We're going to install Babel core, and then we're going to install Babel loader. Make sure all this is separated by a space. The next one we want to do is Babel -preset -es 2015. Next one's going to be Babel -preset -react. I'm just putting spaces between all of these. Next we want to do ES6 promise. So promises are something that's added to ECMAScript 6, but most browsers don't support it. So that's why we need it here. Now we're going to have React DOM. And before I even, oh son of a bitch, I'm going to have to type all that again. You know, this is raw and uncut. I'm just going to go ahead and install Webpack first. So do this npm npm install --save, and we're going to install Webpack first. The reason why we want to do this is because Webpack is going to be one of these packages in here is going to have a dependency on Webpack, and npm is going to fail the install because it doesn't have the dependency it needs. So if we tried to do it the way I was just doing it, we're going to run into that problem. I didn't think about that until late, but you know, there's going to be some mistakes throughout this tutorial. Hope you guys can forgive me because I'm human, but let me know, and I'll understand if you want to work, you know, work on something else or watch another video. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and do what we were doing before, where I say npm install save. Now the Webpack is installed, so we're going to add Babel core, Babel loader, Babel preset ES 2015, Babel preset React ES6 promise, React, and React DOM. If you ever wondered why React and React DOM are now two separate projects, it's because ever since React came out with the new React Native project, they wanted to keep all the DOM rendering stuff of the React library separated from everything else, because React is now more than just DOM manipulation. So they created essentially two separate projects. So if you're using it for like the DOM manipulation, which is what most people use React for, then you would definitely want to use the React DOM library. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. So we'll see here as we get further and further into this. So this thing installed a ton of stuff for us, which is cool. And now that we have that, that should be everything we need. So in the next video, I want to get into how we actually configure Webpack to work with React. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next module.